bloody fan. Hang on. Did I reach my fan? There we go. There we are. Right. Ooh. Ow. Sore on the leg today. Oh. Hello, lads and lassies, on both platforms this time around. Welcome back to a brand new stream. In today's stream, we're doing something a little bit different. It's been a bit since I've actually said that, thinking about it. But yeah, we're doing something a little bit different this stream. We are playing Rolling Line. If you don't know what it is like, I suppose you could say it's kind of like Train Simulator, but it's like proper model railway stuff. And, we're going to be actually going ahead and doing, like some building, some route building, if we want to call it like that. I do have something in mind of what I want to do, but I need to get the game up first before we do anything else. But how is everyone doing? I hope you're all doing wonderfully this week. If any of you are from, if any of you aren't aware about the news with the content at the moment, I am at the moment, at least my family at the moment, are currently preparing for a holiday at the end of this week. So, I'm doing streams. I did a stream yesterday on Twitch, and I'll be doing a few more streams during the week. I really should. I really should post more of my actual. I should really post more of my of my announcement stuff on YouTube. Like post my things on YouTube. Otherwise, you guys have absolutely no idea what's going on. But yeah, we're basically going to be. But yeah, basically, basically, I'm going to be away from the 4th to the 12th, so I'll be gone for about like 8 days, which means the streams are going to be a bit quiet for the week, so that's why we've done the thing me like that. Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm from New Jersey. Hello. No, I had viewers from New Jersey. That is news to me. Now, I do not know how on earth I'm gonna have the two chats in, because unfortunately I still haven't figured out how to merge them. So something is gonna have to fix itself, and I think I'm just gonna have to not be able to have the chat unless... Nope, yeah, I can do that. Okay, right. I'm gonna quickly get the game open, and we'll jump over to the other chat in a second. But, yeah, I hope you're all, doing very well today. I would be doing fine at the moment, but unfortunately, I managed to, pull a muscle, so everyone in my house, everyone's saying I'm being overdramatic about it, and I know I might be, but it just hurts a little bit. And by that, I mean I gave her the worst pain humanly possible. So, that's not fun, but it should be fine. It should be fine. Now, I'll quickly get the game up here in just a second. There we go. Oh yeah, those on YouTube, ignore the description of the stream. I evidently haven't used the software that I'm using to stream both platforms in a while, so it may be talking utter bollocks, because it's still set from the last time we were streaming VR Rolling Line. I wish. I do have a VR headset. Well, my brother's, but I couldn't. One of the controllers is dead, and I need both of them to play this game. So it's just gonna be playing it normally on PC, I'm afraid. But that doesn't mean it's not gonna be any less fun. We'll still enjoy ourselves. We'll still enjoy ourselves. Where is... There's the game capture. There we go. Right, I'm gonna just open a new game. To figure out how to... Okay, so we need... If I could just... I'll set that as an empty for now. Even though I have absolutely no idea how to do table. Oh, I've just figured that out. Right, okay, I'm gonna change the screen over. There we go. So I've managed to do that with the chats. Hopefully that fixes things. Now, I do have a couple of ideas in mind of what I want to build. But yeah, this is the game, by the way. This is the game. I do have a few things I want to do. Not quite sure how to fully execute those things at the moment. So bear with me as I pull up a screen grab of Discord. It's gonna do that. Hello, hello. Right, so I'm gonna do this here. There we go, that should do it. Right, so... These are the... Why did they just play again now? That was weird. Okay, anyway. So these are the four, these are the four I looked at when online, and I've been kind of stumped on which one. I do want to try one with playability, but also not too complicated, so that way we can work with a decent space. Personally, I was thinking the top left one. I did consider the bottom left. I did. But I felt like that was way too simple. So... I'm torn between the first and the third one. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Once we figure this out, properly, I'll chuck some music on and then we'll get started. So yeah, up to you guys really. What should we do? Should we do left, top right, bottom right? Which one should we do? So they all have uniqueness to them, and I think, personally, all of them can work. I'm just gonna let you guys have a few a moment to just to talk amongst yourselves if you wish. If we can't come to a decision though, I'll make the choice. I'm now thinking about it, the top two I'm actually intrigued on more. I'm intrigued on all of them except for the bottom right one, if I'm honest. Top. Top what? Top left, top right? Like, which ones are we on about here? Which ones are we on about? Oh, hang on. Oops, oops. Top right. I do like how top right is. I do like how top right looks. If you guys want to do top right, we can do top right. Got to keep these things moving, so I think we will just go with. I think we will go with the top right. We've got to be very, very careful not to go Discord. But to go with this one, which I think is probably the worst quality image that I've got for this thing. So this is gonna go well. Oh well. We'll see. We'll see we'll see what happens. I'm gonna bring it up closer on Discord. Right. So it is technically double track, but with a third semi. Okay. Right. So we need a decent sized table for this. We need a decent sized table. So let's try and set this up. So we need to have. Okay. That's not centered. That's annoying me. Oh, oh. Oh, where's it gone? Okay. Oh, yeah, right, music. Hang on, let me get the music up. There we go. Nice and done. Nicely done. And I think I'm gonna turn down the game's audio as well. Just a little bit. And that's down. There we go. That should do. Turn that down a little bit. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's lovely. Right, that's actually pretty good. I actually like this. This is good. This is good. This is good. Right, so I'm going to bring up the stream for once. I'm going to bring it up on YouTube because I'm going to get the best quality out of that. And there we go. Right, okay. We shall begin. Right, so we already got that. Oh, we can get different looks. Okay, okay, okay. We can get wooden. We can get that. And water. Okay, so we'll grab one of these. To copy and hand. Shift flip. Ah, okay. Oh, okay, that's not what I wanted. Let's enter. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay, they just snap together like so, okay. Okay, so I don't know how big this is gonna need to be, this table, so we'll just make it 3 by... Oh, no, 3 by 3. Oops. Hello, Sans. Hello! Hello! Currently watching from Canada while I run some trains on my layout. Nice! How big's your layout? Is it, like, an extensive one? Simple? Is it single oval? What sort of layout have you got? You making layouts on Roblox? This isn't Roblox. This is Rolling Line. Right, so I think we're gonna start with... I think I'm gonna have to start with the inner loops for this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start with the most inner loop, which has 3 sets of points, and a level crossing as well, connecting along it, so let's give this a shot. Okay, that, we need some of that, some of that, some of that. Nope, that's... Oh, yeah, that was right. Some sharper curves as well. Oh wait, these are express points. We don't need those. We are not needing those here. Supposed to be based off Hornby, so we need to be like Hornby. Right, okay, so... It's difficult having this open and not... It's difficult to not have this open. 4x8, just an oval, single industrial track. That's nice. Hey, any layout is a good layout in my eyes. You can make a layout out of basically anything, so... For my goodness sake, if anybody remembers my old layout, you'll know that I probably wouldn't consider that to be good, but... It's a layout nonetheless. It was a layout nonetheless. I say was, because at this point I feel like it's just being left. Oh, nope, did not mean to press that. Right. Oh. Yep. Oh. Oh, I still don't want it. Edit. Oh, okay. Can we... Let me double check something. No, that's not it. It's here. No, it's not. What? What was that on? I've completely forgotten. I've forgotten which one it was. Was it in here? Ah, yeah, it was. Wait, let's have a look. Okay, so that still does that. Okay, wait, so... What's this? Okay, that's a small piece, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Right, so we need that one there, right? And then we need a level crossing. Do we have crossings? Is there a crossing in this game? We got a turntable, didn't know that. Roundhouse. Diamond points. Oh, we got those. I think that might be in buildings. Is it in buildings? Is it in buildings? This is why I think this game needs a, what's it called? A search bar? That probably would be even more helpful. Right, we got bridges there, but we don't have crossings. Do we not have level crossings in this game? We've got signals, that's something. I've seen maps with crossings. Oh, I guess we'll just have to makeshift our own level crossings then. That's gonna be fun. So we'll just have another one there, and that one there. Okay, so 4 pieces. Then we need to make the bend. 7. Right, so we need to do, and then I think it's auto rotate. Nope. It was not auto. R was not to rotate. Oh, I'm falling down the sky. Oh, okay. Okay. Whoops. Track. Oh, there's a lot more curves. Oh, okay. That's what we need. Right, so we need you. There we go. Hang on. Oops. Cheers, Jenna. Feel like this would be a good point to go on about possibly, if you guys want to, this might be a good time to like ask questions and stuff, like content questions or what have you. You know, keep yourself just to keep things engaging with you lot. Honestly, I feel like that might be a good port of call. Alright, and then we need what we need now. Another set of points there. Jesus, we need 2 sets of points. Gotcha. I'm missing the point I'm needing, aren't I? Yeah, but I can grab it from here. Sorry guys, I'm trying my best to keep an eye on your... I am trying my best to keep an eye on your chats here. Oops. Right. There we go. Now we need... straight. Straight, there we go. It's already starting to look... It's already starting to take shape. We haven't done much, it's already starting to take shape. Oh, right, okay. That third piece we just put down, that doesn't need to be there. That needs to be swapped out for a point going the other direction. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, these might be the wrong size. Oops. Are they? Oh, look. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Come on. Oh yeah, these points are the wrong size. Whoopsies. So I'm gonna have to find the points that fit those. These ones? The weird thing is you can't go really fast. You can't go like fast a lot when you're in this mode. Oh. When you're holding something down, you can't really go very fast, so that's kind of a issue, but you get used to it. Oh, that's not what I wanted actually. There we go. Now 4 and 3. Oops. Getting ready to the table there. Oops, what am I doing? I'm fiddling with all sorts of things right now. But yeah, guys, if you wanna like chat with me, like ask questions, what have you, feel free. I'm all, you know me. I always like getting questions from you guys. Feels like I'm actually having a genuine conversation with you guys, and it's kind of why I suppose that's kind of why I do stream sometimes. Oops, it's kind of why I do stream sometimes. It's just the way, so that way I can communicate with people. Obviously on Twitch I don't get really as many people watching as compared to say YouTube, but that's just because the numbers of my account there are obviously smaller than what they are here. But oops. But that doesn't really deter me away from doing what I enjoy doing. Especially if it means potentially making you guys laugh or what have you. But yeah, feel free to ask away, I guess. Though really it should probably be me giving a bit of a conversation starter. What sort of things can I ask? What sort of things can I talk with you guys about? Ooh. Oh, yeah. I finally got round to watching the finale of Clarkson's Farm last night. It was me, Tori, you all know the gang. Tori, Skylar, Seth, and Jordan. And, it was a very heartwarming episode, but also one that definitely did make us shed a couple of tears. I'm sure those that have probably seen the episode know what I'm on about. Like, if you've seen the series, you'll know what I mean, but if you haven't, then, you need to brace yourself for what happens in Series 5. I'm sure it's not really that much of, old news at this point, so, but if you are unaware of what has happened, oh, okay. Why have I not been doing that? Oh, that makes... Oh! Come on! That would make my life so much easier if I just used that! Oh, but is there, like, smaller pieces of the table? There is. I'm already stuck in with the table, so I'm not backing down from it. But yeah, if anyone is unaware of what I'm on about, Jeremy Clarkson, he got prostate cancer. Which is one of the more common deaths, like one of the more common cancers among men. But he has been treated from what they say, and he's been recovering well, which is good on him. I just feel like I feel sorry for him, obviously. Like, that sort of thing is not something to sniff at. It's not something to turn the nose at. It's a very serious thing. But it has been... I'm surprised that he is still allowed to continue with the farm show in his health. Like, honestly, good on him. He's doing good work spreading the word about life as a farmer and all that jazz, but some people don't... There are some people out there that, I don't know, they just don't seem to, like, know what he's trying to do. I'm not saying people like that don't... Like, people like that are idiots for not knowing. I mean, it's fair enough if you can't quite understand and you still think Jeremy Clarkson is the same person that he has been for the last 20-odd years. But I think he's genuinely doing good work. Like, he's genuinely doing good work. And if you don't, that's fair enough. Like, everyone can have their opinions about somebody. I just wish life for farmers was not as bad as it is showed. Like, you know, that was so random of a tangent for me to go on. I'm not really good with conversation starters. I think we all are very aware of that. But yeah, I did watch the final episode last night, and despite everything that happened, I absolutely loved it. It was honestly one of the best things I've ever watched, and I'm so happy to know that... I was so glad to hear that Series 6 is in production. Like, I honestly can't wait for it. It's gonna be amazing. Wait, I'm not right? Yeah, I have. Oh, I see why I was confused. It does go on like that, but there's a point meant to be about here, I think? Yeah, there's meant to be a point there, so... you get a curved track. If you see me stop every now and then, guys, that's just me checking on the chat, just to double check on you guys. Aha! That's the sort of point I need. Okay, I really... One thing that really does tend to annoy me with this game is... I don't really like how sometimes it just... makes me stop. Not stop, like, slow down when I'm holding a piece of track. I don't know what the radius needs to be. I'm gonna just eyeball it. No, I can't. That's not gonna be right. I was right on that. 7. Let's see if that works. Is there an easier one I can do with this? Like, can I... How do you figure out the radius? Okay, let me try this. So that's 0.6, so we need that to be... Oops. What am I doing wrong? I'm clearly doing something wrong. Angle... No. Let's do that. Maybe if I grab one of these, that might help. Use one of these as reference. Oh, did I place one down? Nope, didn't. Right, okay. Yeah, but it's just a Ben just sitting in there. That's silly. Alright, okay, so we need to do... I just do... There we go. This may not be the most conventional way of doing it, but it's my way of doing it, and we're gonna make it work. So we need to have the radius be about there. Angle is, hang on, if we do and then we do there we go. Okay, and now we grab that, remove that. Let's see if this works now. Ah. Didn't quite put that into a factor, did I? Let's just quickly do that. I think a good lot of this stream might just be me trying to go back and forth to get this, point to work. Yeah. Might be. Do you have any model trains, Sans? Yes, I do, Train Boy, actually. I do have quite a lot of model trains. I have quite the collection. It's, I would love to show on stream, but unfortunately I can't. Hello. Okay, I'm gonna have that message pre-warned, just so that way everybody knows. I'm gonna pop it up screen every time Mum comes in here. Usually, oh god damn it! There's a moth in here. Where'd it go? Oh. Damn it. There's been a moth in here for like the last 2 days. Where's it gone? Oh! It's hard to stand up. Where are you? Aha! There you are. You bastard. Oh, you're going back there, are you? Come here. I'll just go further back that way. That's an option. Well, it's okay. Well, that moth's gonna be in this room for a while, I guess. I guess we just have a resident moth now. Anyway, I have a Lionel O-gauge trains. Me and my dad are going to build a train table for them. It's still in work in progress. Well, that's nice. Yeah, I find it's nice when family come together to work on projects like that. I remember when my first layout was built, and my granddad helped me get the track down onto it the first time. Boy, the buzz I felt when it was ready genuinely was... I would love to have that feeling again, to just have a layout back up and running. Obviously I can't at the moment. Oh, good bloody lord. Okay, the angle's right, but the radius isn't. Okay, this might be a while. Maybe I should put down the curve that we need first. Yeah, that's not what we need. We need the wider one from that, I think. Do we? I don't know. I don't know. We need that one. I can tell with this. Hang on, let me double check the diagram again. It's telling me that this doesn't need to be done. We'll find out, we'll find out. Go back to here. Try this. Oh, I. Damn it! Did I just lose all that progress? I might have. Doodle. Let's see if this will help. See if we can do that. Will that help us? Oh, that's actually bang on. No, it's not. Oh, oh. There we go. Hi, hello. Okay, there we go. Oh, that took a minute. What's the music when Blackadder encounters Invert in the remastered story of Invert? That was I believe it was a piano cover of Megalo Strikes Back. Speaking of that, I'm pretty sure if any of you've been watching the Awesome Tale of Invert in like the last couple of months, you probably have seen my comments towards other people saying that I've been wanting to remaster that story for a while now, and I am gonna go back and redo it. I do want to go back and redo it. The problem is I need to get Invert and Glenn's stories out soon as well, because I have said for a long time I was gonna get a story of Glenn out about their backstory, but I've never, ever actually gone around to doing such a thing. So hopefully at some point I can. But yeah, it was a Megalo Strike Back reference. What engines are you gonna have? What engines are you gonna run on the line? I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna have run on this layout yet. I suppose we'll find out when we actually have it sort of functional. Dunny and Dougie or Bill and Ben. Oh, that's like choosing between. That's like making me choose between Billy Connolly and Brian Blessed. But if I were to make like a serious answer to that, I think I would have to say Dunny. I would have to say Donald Douglas. Personally, just because of the fact that they are from the part of Scotland I'm from, which is Glasgow. Does anyone else notice that every time I mention Scotland, my accent just picks up? A lot of people tend to point that out to me. I don't try to do it, but Jesus, something fell and it just gave me the awful fright. I don't try and put my accent on purpose. It just tends to happen. Especially when I've been volunteering at the charity shop, which, those are still unaware, I still do volunteer there. It does tend to come up when I'm speaking with customers. And they do tend to point it out, that it's not like, it doesn't sound like I'm from the area that we're in. But that's just over the years of just having to watch. I'll end up watching fucking SpongeBob and that, ruining my bloody accent. This has been a tricky dicky. Okay, you know, like a gap fill sort of track? There is, but I want to try and use that as little as possible. Can you send me a link to the music? I would have to, it would probably take me a while to find it, and I don't really have you on socials, Train Boy. Not to mention, I don't really tend to DM people, like, a lot. If I don't really know them too well, if you know what I mean. But I could probably try and find the video and put it in the chat. If somebody's able to figure out which one it is and put it in the chat for Train Boy 11, that'd be fantastic. Imagine playing a model train shop simulator. Oh my god, I would love that. Do you imagine that? That'd be so cool. Do you know, I think somebody probably will end up seeing this stream and then they'll go like, right, I'm gonna choose that. I'm gonna use this idea. I'm gonna use this idea and I will make it happen for this dear streamer. I will make it happen for this streamer. You know somebody would. But yeah, on one you were saying there, Jenna, I do want to try and use that tool as little as possible. Oh wait, I'm remembering. I don't need it to connect properly, I just need it to be at the right angle, and then I need to get a short piece to add on. I'm dumb. I'm, as Tori likes to often say, el stupido. I don't know why she just likes saying that. Just one of the little funny things that she says I like. I like a lot of things she says. Is there like a little tiny curve I can probably use? Nope. Okay, I'm gonna have to, put that back to 6. Right, that should do. Nope. Yeah, I think this would have to be the time I have to use the fill gap tool. That's not what I'm wanting to do. Right, if I just do that quickly. I don't want to do that. Oh! Wait, hang on. Right, why are you doing this? Right, hang on, let me... Right. Hang on, let me get the curve in for this one. That's not the one. Curve. Oops. That's the type of we're looking for? It is. Right, so now we need to grab that one. Right, let's use the fill tool on that. I think using is gonna save the oodle of time. Yeah, probably. Even though it's been more tedious than it should be. Right, there we go. Okay, now that should connect. There we go. That's better. Okay, so now we need to... That needs to be a siding that goes that way. Okay, got ya. So we need the widest curve that we've got. This. Actually, no, hang on. We don't need that just yet. Let's grab a little piece there, a little nubbin. Go. Oh. I'm not remember what that was. Alright, yeah, that's correct. Hello. Hiya. I have a question. Ask away. I've been saying in this stream that questions are welcomed. What sort of point is that? Is that Y? No, it's just another Fingme. Just another Fingme one. I think for this one, I might change back to these ones. Yeah, safe to say to do that. Okay. Ah. Now that's a problem. Because I've made them express... Right, so I've been a fumbling tumbleweed, and I've put these all the wrong points. In Scotland, what... Oh, we use the, pound sterling in Scotland, same as England and Wales. So, they're Scottish pound notes. See, actually, there's something. Just give me a minute, I need to fix all this. I've put down the wrong track that we need. No, I'm gonna go on a bit of a tangent here. Because... Actually, can I do a control V? No, you can't do it. I've got a bone to pick. Because in Scotland, right? You can use English pound notes here, right? It's a bit weird, but it makes sense. In England, if you pass the border, you can use Scottish pound notes in England. That's just so bizarre to me, and it's one thing I do not understand and never will. Why that is such a problem. But apparently, the English just don't like us using pound notes. They don't like using our pound notes. It's weird. It's weird. Oh well, if you share a border with them long enough, you get used to their antics. Right, okay, we'll just have to make do with that. What's that? Wait, where is that? Does that go? Okay, right, that's up. Why did I pick up that? Grab one of those. But I hope that helps you understand that, pal. That one. Right, okay. I'll make that double. That double as well. I think we've got all the track down, lads. I think we got all the track done. Woohoo, we got all of it. Is this trains or no? No, it's not. It's rolling line. Can I ask you a question? If you were to recreate the Great Discovery where Thomas is in the flooded Morgan mines, what kind of logic would you use the moment he falls into the water? No idea. I've actually not. Honestly, I will say. Sorry. Ow. Sorry, changing positions on my legs. Not really liking it. If you only joined us just now and you don't know why I'm sounding like I'm in pain, I pulled a muscle and I'm just dealing with the aftermath. I'm just dealing with the afterbreeze of it. So it's just a light tap, and then it just feels a tad bit sore. I mean, when he falls through the mines, covered in planks, which creates a raft, that doesn't make much sense. What kind of logic would you use? My logic would be he hits the planks and blocks tunnel where the water is in the mine. Thomas goes through it instead of falling freely into the air where water is. The mine just rolls downhill where still tracks already. I'm not quite sure how. Honestly, I'm not quite sure how it would all work. I've never really given that much thought to it. But maybe it's like, maybe he's, instead of just completely falling off the track, he has just rolled down to an old abandoned part of the mine that's like flooded. Because mines do flood once they're like completely shut. So maybe the mine's just flooded, and then he just unfortunately fell down it, which combined with the rushing water would be enough to push him, or something like that. I don't know how the current would be able to push a locomotive like that, but something like that. And I wouldn't have him jump over a ravine. I would have him exit through an area where water has just created some sort of like river after years of just being left and neglected, and eventually he just ends up going so fast he ends up jump like rolling out of there and landing nearby where the railway tracks are. Like, it is kind of possible to do it when you look at it, but at the same time, you have to do a lot of stuff in order for it to actually make good bloody sense. Where the buffer stops? Are that buffer stops? There'll be scenery, wouldn't there? No. Yeah. No. 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 Holy track add-ons. There should be a buffer stop. Am I blind? Am I not seeing? No, that's alright, it's alright. If it took a while for you to write that, I understand that. But yeah, I'm not quite sure. Does anyone here have Hornby models? Yeah, I've got Hornby. Most of my collection is Hornby. I do have a few other brands. I believe I have a Lima locomotive that I haven't used because, well, it's probably about ready to probably needs like a hefty service. Got a couple of Backman stuff as well. And if anyone asks, yeah, I do have some, like, Bachman Thomas items. Oh. I didn't realize I could do that. I'm just gonna quickly fix that. There we go. As well. This buffers? No, that's not buffers. Oops. Oh. There we go. It's like the... Oh, so like the TV series design with the 20-ton brake van. Okay. I swear there's like a buffer stop asset. I've seen it. I've seen it on the routes I've been using. Guess there isn't any. Oh, we could probably put this on. Right, just do that. Right, how do you... E? Oh wait, that's painting the track. Whoops. Paint. Quickly fix that. Oh, that's too light. Too dark. Ah! I didn't mean to do that. Oh, good lord. Right, screw it. There we go. Oh yeah, I've got no idea how the hell that works. So I'll work that out later. Okay, so I can't see a buffer stop anywhere. Oh well, I guess we'll just have to not have buffer stops then for a while until I can figure those out. Right, now let's get some green. Green. That is too bright of green, Jesus. This. That's more like it. Alright, there we go. Oops. There we go, lovely. And spiteful breakfast messes with sound. Oh wait, there's a bin there. Right, so now what's next? Oh yeah, we need to make sure for level crossing. Because there apparently isn't one in this game. Oh wait, is this like a level crossing bit here? Can I make a level crossing out of this? Okay, only can be used on roads. God damn it. Check the track again. See if there's anything we can use. Maybe. Nope. I probably should have had a bit more practice to doing this, if I'm honest. Oh well. What I get for doing it. Plus, while I'm at it, I could probably just work on the road part. Oh, god damn it. There you go. Alright, let's quickly just all up of that there. Ah, there we go. It's more like it. So we just need to grab that. Jesus. Bloody leg again. There we go. Alright, let's get some sheds in. there is any. What would be my modding thingness? Groups. Edge buildings. Okay, so I need to be in my groups to find this. So it's cooling stage stuff. Station building stuff. That's good. Right, so we can have one of these over here. Oh, good lord, no, we can't have one of those. His favorite season. Ooh. Probably Series 1. I probably have to say Series 1 as well. I've always said Series 3, but Series 1 seems to feel more special for me. And Elias, hello. While you're working, what are your predictions and hopes for Delta in Chapter 6? Sans. Okay, no, in general serious though, I'm hoping we'll... This is probably... spoiler, just pre-warning spoilers to everyone that still haven't seen stuff about Deltarune. I'm hoping that we'll probably actually get to rescue people that are currently taken by the Dark Knight, so if we can get... Well, there's buffers. We can get... If we're able to get Asgore... And that... Oh, yeah, I might want to save the map, actually. We'll do that in a minute. If we can get Asgore and Undyne back, then that would be fantastic. Again... I can't really say what else, if I'm going to be bluntly honest. But, yeah, that's just the hope in my head, I suppose. Don't know what to say much else. I hate to burst your bubble, but I've said for years my favorite engines are Donald and Douglas. Not Donald and Douglas, sorry. But, I've always said for years that my favorite engine has been... My favorite character has always been Henry. I've always said Henry's always been my favorite character. And I've always said that because, well... No matter how bad things got for him, he always kept going. I suppose that kind of, like, helped push me onward, if that makes sense. Like, because of that, I've, like, continued to be me. Yeah, looks like I'm gonna have to build the sheds. Not quite ideal, but... we'll roll with it. I know it's like a corny thing to say. Because, like, oh, he likes Henry because of this, blah, blah, blah. But genuinely, I do think the fact that Henry does push on the way he does is, like, commendable, so I just I just enjoy that. Well, because you and the Scottish twins are the same engine, just different railways and numbers and names. I've kind of forgotten about that, Elias, and honestly, I couldn't give a flying monkeys. It is the way I kind of want to, if I'm honest. Oh wait, can I? What's your least favorite loco ever? Least favorite? Oh. Now that's a tough one. There are quite a few not so good looking locomotive. I wouldn't say I have like a least favorite locomotive. I would definitely say a locomotive I'm not too fond of. Like, I think a locomotive I'm not too fond of is like, I suppose like a couple of the ones that are quite common to see. Like, I wouldn't say like... How do I word this right? I wouldn't say it's like, oh, it's the E2 or some shit because people won't stop talking about it. It's not that. I think... If I was to think of one, it would have to be... maybe... I actually don't really think I have a... one I dislike. I'll probably get that question, like, 3 years' time, and I'll have a completely different answer to that. But at the moment, I don't really have an answer. I generally didn't think how hard this would be. The LBSC C2, because why is there 2 domes on the boiler? Well, you could say that. A lot of American locomotives have 3 domes, most of them for, like, sandboxes and stuff. I really wish I had more stuff, because this is just getting ridiculous. Remotes. Oh, it's groups. Don't know why there would be one in there. Let's put some fences down. Let's see, where would the fences need to be? Okay, so... we need fences about... yep. Oh. Okay. Weird. Right, let's see if that will this work? Hang on, let me see. Let me see how you do this. No idea how we connect these up. How are you doing? It's fine. We're having... Hey, Torch. Yeah, doing okay. My legs kind of calmed down a little thing. My legs kind of calmed down a little bit. Mostly. Since I don't move it too much, but... Yeah, I'm okay. I feel like I'm gonna have to improvise with the station platform, guys. Hang on. Up. Okay. Right. That's good to know, I suppose. It needs to go this way. Right, so... Okay, so if I... Okay, right. I see how I need to do this now. Yeah, it always is. It always is the worst, genuinely. Like, if anyone does have leg pain, you can push through after a while. No! What am I doing? Save game. I want to save the game just for now. HORNBY model layout. Choose thumbnail for now. Save. There we go. Game saved. Right, that's saved for now. So if the game crashes, we'll be fine. Oh, there's platform. Okay, hang on. Props. Platform. Okay, there's only one. So that means we need to... Yeah, we're gonna need to improvise with this. Nope. Not what I needed. Not what I needed. Oh, we don't need that. That's not what we want. We do need these though. Right. Oh, way to make these look. Alright, so we need these. Okay, so we'll just place these down. having a look. Okay, so we need to then slope it downward. Okay. I'm not into trains and all that, as you know. What's this game? This game's called Rolling Line Torch. Where you can, it is basically build your own model railway. So like the stuff I use for my videos, but actually for like model train stuff. What? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why must it do? Do. Is that what music end? No, it didn't. It's just, it did, that video did finish, it's just mean that. Go ahead. I don't have the Great Discovery in my headcanon. I'm gonna be bluntly honest. I don't think most people know this by this point, but... What the hell? Sorry about that, don't know what just happened now. A lot of people know by this point, but I am exclusively Railway Series with my canon, so... Anything you've seen beforehand on this channel has probably more than likely been... Probably been more than likely changed to suit a particular... to suit the headcanon nowadays. Okay, I see how it is. Okay, I can see how it is. Right, okay, so... Put that back. There we go. This just feels like what I used to do with platforms back in the day on my layouts. So, this tactic is not stranger to me. Oh, I have enter photo mode. How do I exit photo? How have I done this? Help. How do I... Help. How do I get out of photo mode? Oh, press C to open and close photo mode. Okay. Jesus, what? That was a bit random. Didn't even know there was a photo mode in this game. Go. Right, this could be a while, folks. As if most of the other processes in this stream haven't been. Build Thomas's headcanons. Like anything specific in terms of the headcanons? Like, is it specific information you'd like to know, or just anything in general about it? am I doing that for? I can just... That. Back into the game. Still being wheeled by Bandit, so we'll just... That. There we go. There we go. That's a platform there. Right, so if that means I can do that, that means I can do the same... Oh. I can do the same with this shed building. No question. Did you see Mario Galaxy movie? No, I haven't. I would want to watch it, but I've heard a lot of things about it. About it being a bit mediocre of a movie. Like, it's hard to avoid stuff online and not get spoiled by anything. I mean, I've done that very well with Digital Circus because I still haven't watched the final episode of that. There we go. But yeah, I've not watched the final episode of that. So I'm pretty good when it comes to avoiding spoilers, but sometimes there can be moments where I end up being spoiled anyway, and I have seen a couple of clips of the Mario Galaxy movie, and I've heard people mention how they've kind of bastardized Rosalina's character, just making... Like, people have said they've just, to put it bluntly, made her a carbon copy of Peach. Which... honestly, I think it's just... If that is the case, then that's probably put me off from watching it. But, knowing me, I'll probably still watch it regardless. I probably just won't like it as much as I was hoping for. Maybe I'll still like it. Oops. Like, you never know. Maybe I could still like it. It could probably still be okay for me. But, after what I've heard, I don't think I'm going to enjoy it as much. You know what I mean? I'll stay on there, actually. I want to get those stairs. It's not the same building, but it's a building I've got, so I'm gonna utilize it. There we go. Fix that. I'll just put some road back in. I'm gonna double check. I mean, we've not been streaming that long, so... Yeah, the music's not even halfway done. We're fine. I do need to make sure, yeah, autoplay isn't turned on. I've heard, I'll tell you something, I know why the movie was scripted like that. It's because the writers of the movie are the most hated animated series. Oh. Oh. That makes a whole lot of sense. Oh my god, no bloody wonder. That makes so much sense now. Obviously, I'll probably still watch the movie anyway, just so that way I can get my own just so that way I can have my own professional opinion about it. But that's properly soured the experience for me a little bit. I won't lie. Which one are you on about? Because in my opinion, there's quite a few bad DC, shows out there. Teen Titans Go being bloody one of them. I'm sorry. I know Teen Titans Go has its fans, but that show just sucked. Like, there are a lot of other shows that played about with the concept of the Teen Titans, or just the Titans in general. You know, like, I love the characters are in the Titans, like Robin, Starfire, Raven, Beast Boy, Cyborg. Cyborg's like one of my favorites, if I remember correctly. As a child, I remember Cyborg being one of my favorite DC like characters. Though at that time I didn't know about his backstory. But yeah, just after knowing the shit they end up doing with that franchise, it's just like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to anyone who's actually, like, a fan of that series and is offended by what I'm saying. But I just don't like it at all. It's just not my cup of tea. But I'll understand if it's other people's cup. I will understand if other people like it. It did have its fans. It still does. Like, there's a couple of moments I'll be like, that's kind of, I'll admit that's a little bit funny. But most cases I'll just be like, eh. Probably because I just won't understand the humor, but you know, and that's just me for you. Oh, is this on incorrectly? Oh, it might be on incorrectly. Right, in that case, to go around that way. Yep. Right. Whoops. Learning that it wasn't the wrong way, I was just putting it on incorrectly. Yeah, I am. It needs to go that way. Oh. Oh. There you go. Right, so now we need a back wall for that. We need a back wall. I don't know which one of these sheds is meant to be the good shed, or the passenger or the engine shed. So I'm just gonna make them both engine sheds, just to save me the hassle. I'm gonna go now. Mr. Sands, tell Skylar I said hi. I will. Do you like... Take care, Cousin Cam the Scots. You like Canadian trains? I don't really know many Canadian trains, if I'm honest. You ever thought of doing an Aztec stream on the weekend? Not really. Partly because I don't really see much of a point in streaming that, but also because I'm not going to be here this weekend. I've said this before in the Discord, but I'm actually going to be away for a while. Because me and my family were all heading off on holiday, so I'm not going to be here for a while. Hence why we're doing the amount of streams we're doing. If I had actually been bothered to put the post I have made onto YouTube, but I didn't because I'm a moron. We'll put this as a back door. But maybe I might. I'm not entirely sure. It'll all depend if I'm willing to do the idea or not. That's really how these streams tend to be. They only really happen if I feel up for doing them. And in a lot of cases, especially when it comes to this, I do feel up for doing it. But it'll honestly depend on what happens. Thoughts on murder? So basically just thoughts on all the stuff from, so what you're asking there is basically, what's my thought on the shows from Glitch Productions? I've not seen much of Gaslight District. I've not seen the pilot of Gaslight District, Knights of Guinevere, or Gameverse. I've not really watched a lot of Murder Drones. But I've watched the whole of Digital Circus. I love Digital Circus, I don't love the fandom. Murder Drones, from what I've seen of it, I love it. It's fantastic. Gaslight District and Knights of Guinevere are not really my kind of thing. And Gameverse just kind of feels like it. I've not seen the pilot, but from what I'm seeing, it just kind of feels like another meta runner, if you know what I mean. Like they're going back and doing a similar concept to what they were doing, not an exact concept, but like a similar thing with Meta Runner. You know, that series with Tari. I'm probably talking complete bollocks, and it's probably not like that at all. But that's just what happens when I don't actually watch the pilot. When I get the chance, I will watch the pilot, and then I'll make my opinions on it. But for now, I'm not quite sure on it, because I was never really quite sure on Meta Runner either, if I'm honest. It too just didn't feel like my kind of thing, and really didn't last very long. Well, it's the only franchise actually I think Glitch has gotten that has lasted for 2 seasons. I think it's the only one that's lasted for 2 seasons, if I'm remembering correctly. Which is a big shocker. I would have thought other franchises would have had an opportunity to do a bit more, but evidently not. Oh, well, that's a problem. Siding is big. Right, well, we'll fix that. I'll fix that. Fix it up with a quick touch on that. But yeah, Digital Circus is definitely a franchise I absolutely love. I've still yet to watch the final episode, by the way, so best not to say anything about the final episode. But because at the moment I'm trying to get Tori caught up on the franchise, because she's been intrigued with it. Although we only got up to like episode 7 last night, I think, and episode 7 kind of broke her a little bit, so I'm kind of worried how she was going to be with episode 8 and 9. Yes, Tori is from SMG4. Yes, she is. If you didn't manage to read Titans Go, that's why. Oh, you meant Titans Go, right? Oh, if it's the writers of that, then God, yeah, no wonder why it done a bit. No wonder why I'd done it quite poorly. Ah, bugger. Do we have a signal box? Signal. Yeah, we do. We have a signal box. Not the exact signal box, but nothing here is exact. We're gonna have to live with that. Okay, then we're gonna walk over there. I have no idea if it's gonna be called walk over. Nope. But okay, bridge. Okay, maybe I should probably go to... Maybe I should go to buildings. Oh, the shed part's here! God damn it, I could have used those! Oh, that would have been so bloody helpful as well. I swear, my Ring doorbell just scares me. Oh, the shed! Oh my god! Well done, Aiden, you're smart. Not. Oh, jeez, oh. That could probably save me a lot of trouble, a lot of hassle there. What am I looking for again? Oh yeah, walkover. I don't think there's gonna be one. Looks like there's parts of one, but I don't think there is one. Can we tall enough? Not even. Can we stack these? No, we can't. Okay, so... Stack these. Yes, we can. Right. Okay, that's that. Huh? I think. So then we just one of those, and then probably those. Right, okay, so... I'm gonna start off... Okay, so it's this side, I think. Start off with that. Oh, no. Do 3. And final step there. We need a cornering piece. I assume it's probably no, that's too big. Haven't quite thought that through, have I? Yeah, I'm just, you grabbing the bloody table? Wait, we're just gonna have to improvise here. Right there. There. think we're just gonna have to... Oh. Okay, we're gonna leave... We're gonna just have to inept that. We'll have to inept that bridge. That's kind of annoying, but we gotta do what we gotta do. Is that gonna be a water tower on that bit? I think so. We can get those two houses, but we can't do the... We just can't do the walkover bridge. Why do I think that would work? Why would I think that would work? Okay, right. I need to go to my modding groups. Houses. I don't think those ones are gonna work. Houses. Where's the one that just says houses? I think I've passed it. Oh yeah, passed it. Oh, see what type of... Okay, so I know what type of houses they are, but we can't get exactly right with them, so we'll just go with these two. These two will do. Oops. That house first, but the other doesn't. There we go. Right, fences. Turn that down a little bit, Jesus. Right. Oh. Right, that wants to be a tricky dicky. Where is that stuff? It should be in props, shouldn't it? Guys, I forgot where... Guys, I forgot where the fences are. Oh yeah, they're also in modding yet. Daft. Right, hang on. Wait, doing fine on these. Hang on. I've got an idea. If I just... Hang on. No, that's not what I want you to do earlier. There we go. That's why it's not the first film they do. It's also the direct. They also direct the first. Oh. I really liked the first film. That's the thing. I think the first film was like actually really good. There we go. There we go. I should have this fence done shortly. Do you know what we're rolling with that? I'm not gonna. Yeah, that's off-centered. Oh, yeah, that's off-centered. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We'll deal with it. Which DTAC fan song and fan projects do you like? Ooh, there's a fan project I saw. It was a comic dub I saw where someone made. I think. Oh, I'm trying to remember what it was. There was one where I saw about Kane, where Bubble took over the digital circus, and the events of episode 8 took place with Bubble in control and Kane just, like, completely stuck like everyone else, and it's there he understands how the humans are like towards him. I mostly know the fan songs, though, so ones like Abstraction, Just a Little Bit Bad, Digital Hallucinations, and that. Those are, like, the top 3 for me. Like, honestly, if I was to start going into song, Digital Hallucination would be one of the few songs I actually start actively singing. Just unironically. I don't think I'm gonna deal with a fence that curves round, because honestly, I would be here all day if I tried doing that. So I think what I am gonna do is just angle it. But from that, I'm going to go into groups. Go to my standard props. Hang on. Go into my props and bobs. Fence rails. Oh no, wait, I can't do that. Whoops. We're gonna put a couple of wonky sleeper stuff. So let's oh. Okay, I didn't think that was gonna do that. What if we just put okay. Right, I need to make that actual track. Hang on. Let's do that. And where's the ballast? Ballast. It's not gonna work. Need. Okay, I'm just gonna put that back to what it originally was. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now that siding looks a bit worn out. There we go. Did you know the person who made the other two songs is a bad person? Let's not get into that. We're not here to spread hate. Like, I probably, like, I could tell the person seemed like they had done some pretty iffy shit, but I do not want to know, if I'm honest. I'd rather stay in the dark with that. Oh, damn it, I've completely lost the picture. There we go, found the picture. What is that? Supposed to be a water tower? Do I even have a water tower? Anything that resembles a water tower? I don't think so. But yeah, but yeah, let's not... What the... What? Um... What the hell? Why are those so big? I do not know who those writers are, so I wouldn't be able to know. But if it's gonna be good, then good. Okay, how are you normal size? Wait, you're not normal size. What? Why is that so big? Oh, that's not a sentence for the internet to hear. Okay, we'll use a water crane. We'll use a water crane. There we go. Right. Please tell me at least the coal stage is decent size. John, I'll live with that. I'll live with that. Can I? No. Jesus, that's absolutely huge. Coal. Okay. Water. Just as an added bonus, I'll also add a T Thomas the Tank Engine. Oh! Hang on. Okay, well that makes things a little bit better. Okay. No, don't need to apologize, mate. Don't apologize. Don't apologize. Okay. I don't know what you're apologizing for. I've probably forgotten. Knowing me, I've probably forgotten exactly why you're saying that, but don't apologize. Whatever you said, don't apologize for. Go. Right. Okay, we're going well. We're going well. We need strawberry. I think. Yeah, that's all we really can do now, is it? Yeah. Right, strawberry. So, oh no, we can do signals. We can do signal. Well, let's do strawberry. Strawberry first. Strawberry first. So we want to have. I do have a modded pack with some low poly. No, that's train mods. Shops. Right, let's try and make this look somewhat decent. We need paint. Okay, we'll keep it on that. Go back. Change this one to the paints. And then... yeah, dark green. Lovely. Now we can copy that and plaster that everywhere. We don't need to be exact with this. We can have a bit of fun with it, but... do try and make our... place look nice. Okay, let's put a couple of fences on this bit as well. Maybe we should put a couple of fences. Fence gates. Sorry, not fences. Fence gates. Right, trees. We need trees. Can we have an additional drawer, please? Custom drawers, please. No, we don't need that. Multiple item drawer. That's exactly what I need right now. Right, just plop it. Yep. Cool. There. There. Oops. Props. Nope. Shrub. Holly. Okay, these trays are shit. Right, I need that paint back. Let's just drop the paint there. That's how we got it. Oh, that looks lovely, that, so far. Oops. I do really need to remember to not use all of the same taxes I use for trains. Green Soldier, it's an honor to be here with you, Blacker. It is I, Optimus Prime. Alright, Mia, how you doing? The pleasure's all mine. Hope you're doing well. Hold on a minute. I think I'm being cold. Let me quickly grab my little... Might be this message. So I'll pop that on here. Give me a moment. Day's going well. I'll just be right back. I'm back. And indeed it was dinner. Right. Just sit my plate here. Right. Ah, shit. Just spilled rice all over myself. I'm gonna quickly shuffle a couple of things about. I'm glad you enjoyed that. I had said earlier on the stream that it may be, that may get a remaster in the next coming years. My phone's fucking falling over. But yeah, that might get a remaster in, like, some years' time. Mostly because I just didn't like... Mostly because there's just a lot of things I want to change about it. Right, let's get a lighter shade. Lovely. I'm I'm just gonna scout these about. Oh, they changed the size anyway. Okay. They changed the size accordingly, apparently. There we go, nice little forestry area there where the controllers are meant to be, but not today. Oh, okay. Ah, I see. I got him by email, but I don't get him to voice act for me anymore. Times changed, and thus I was one to change up my cast, and Victor was just one of those people that had to go. That, and also the controversy that came up at the time was just a bit like, no, especially with my history. Then again, the first bit of his controversy was just so silly about him just speeding in a school zone. That's still, to this day, I will not find that stupid. That he just outwardly said that on social media, where he would inevitably get a bunch of people shit-talking him. Like, what was he thinking? Then again, I don't think he's a terrible person. I believe, from my conversations with him, he's alright. He's a not bad of a person. I just think he likes to take a bit of a risk, you know? His humor is... I think his humor's a bit darker than some on the internet. But in a lot of cases, that humor doesn't bode well with anyone. Are you gonna see Avengers Doomsday when it comes in cinema? Right not. I don't really, I'm not a Marvel fan, I'm more a DC. So, I'm sure my sister, who is a big Marvel fan, she'll probably see it when it comes out. I'm gonna quickly save the game, actually, while I'm ahead, actually. Oh! Yep. Right, save game. Game saved. Lovely. Alright, this calls for a little bit of a small food break. If anybody's interested in knowing what I'm having, I am having the igniter for the bomb that is my bottom. I say it softly because of YouTube. But if anyone doesn't know that, it's the common inside joke of me eating a curry. Because it's always the case of every time I eat a curry, I always end up as a ticking time bomb. Oh, rice everywhere. Rice. Yes, I got the rice. Yippee hooray. Office street addresses. I'm gonna change the music back over to what it was originally. There we go. Have you seen Kane fans Timothy? Well, I mean, considering Invert is in Mr. Sandsford, considering Timothy is in... Oh, hang on. Considering Timothy is in Mr. Sandsford's Invert, yes, I have. Hello there. Hello, Pasha the... Well, I'll just say Pasha. I'm not a big fan of reading people's full usernames. Just having a small food break. Before we carry on, I really need to know how Mum makes this curry sauce. I need to know how my mom makes this curry sauce because it's so delicious. Right. Okay. Ow. Right. Okay, let's get going. Okay. Alright, we'll take that, pop that. Okay, looking good, looking good. Your favorite villain of all of fiction? My favorite villain in fiction? I'm not actually sure what my favorite villain in fiction would be. How about you? What's yours? What's your favorite? There we go, that's lovely, that looks lovely. Hey Anthony. Have you seen Toy Story 5 in cinemas? No, not really. I wasn't... I kind of didn't want to go see it in cinemas. Partly because I couldn't get anybody to go with me. But also because I was hesitant at the plot. But I've heard good things about the movie now, and honestly, I might watch it when if it's on streaming services now. I might watch it when I'm on holiday, if I've got reception for that. Which again, just to repeat to anyone who wasn't here when I mentioned it, I will be going away at the end of this week. Won't be saying where I'm going. For safety reasons, mostly. Even though I don't think I've got any fans in the place I'm going to. But I am going away, which means content will slow down. There won't be any streams during that week, to be more specific. In terms of videos, there is a video. I do have a musical hour video still sitting about in my files. Maybe I could release that just to keep you guys entertained while I'm away. Yeah, I could probably ask Jenna to set that up. Because I'm cutting it. Because what I like to do when I'm on holiday, I don't know if anybody else likes to do this. What I like to do on holiday is, doesn't matter why I'm doing it, if it's just a simple, like, caravan holiday, or if it's going abroad, I always switch off from the internet, and refuse to look on, like, social media or what have you, unless, and it's only an absolute unless, I have there's something important going on that requires me to look at social media, or I am just generally bored and want something to do. But most of the time, when it comes to these holidays, I just completely switch myself off from the internet just to enjoy the holiday. And the only time I'll really use my phone is if I'm filming or if I'm taking photos, which I will be taking a lot while I'm away. Favors either Darth Vader, Thanos, or Megatron. I can see why. I can see why those three. I think one of my favorites would have to be the villain from Princess and the Frog. Not just because... Partly because the voice actor plays Husk in Hazbin Hotel, but also because the song Friends on the Other Side is one of my favorite Disney songs of all time. Gaston's another good villain as well. Though there can be some villains that are, to be honest, pretty pants. Like the villain in the Kung Fu Panda 4 movie. Like, Kung Fu Panda has had brilliant, villains over the years. There was Tai Lung in the first movie. He was fantastic. Then there was I think it was in the second, the peacock guy in the second film. Then it was Kai in the third film, and then it was this chameleon woman in the fourth one that just wanted to, I guess, kind of. I'm not entirely sure. I never watched the fourth film, partly because of the ratings, also because I just wasn't really interested in watching it. Have you seen Digital Circus? Yes, I have. Um, I'm currently having I haven't watched the final episode. Mostly cause I'm catching my girlfriend up with it, cause she loves it. She's loving it. But right now, um, we haven't seen 8 and 9, and we're gonna watch that hopefully tomorrow before I leave. But who knows? Cartoon Network. I never watched any Cartoon Network when I was a kid. Cartoon Network was just never a channel I got into growing up. So I never really grew up with like regular show or Adventure Time or what have you, or any type of show that was on Cartoon Network. No, I think there was actually one. I might be lying. There might be one. Chowder, I think. I think that was the only program on Cartoon Network I actually remember watching. Or was that on Nicktoons? That might have been on Nicktoons, actually. I don't remember. Mr. Beast actually voices... God, that's even more of a reason for me not to watch it. Like, I'm on it. I'm gonna be blunt with you all. Jimmy has his fans, but I'm not one of them. What I am a fan of, though, is the fact that the Vanos crew, like, Evan, Marcel, and Tyler were all in one of his videos recently, and Vanos was absolutely drunk out of his mind. I think they'd done, like, a Minecraft competition, and Ali A was there. Sometimes I forget that man actually exists, by the way. And Evan was so drunk that he managed to slip and destroy a bit of Ali A's house and voted for Ali A. for whatever, I don't know what the voting was for. I guess it was just for, like, the best house or something. Like, the most well-made house. But no, I generally forgot Ali A existed. It's just one of those streamers that I don't really remember much. I never watched him. Alright, Bill, how you doing? Good seeing you. What's new? What you been up to? I had the bad luck to watch. I wouldn't say the shows are... I wouldn't say the channel overall is terrible. I'd just say it's an acquired taste, I believe. Like a lot of shows, it's an acquired taste to like the shows on there. Have you ever watched Technoblade? I was quite late into the game when watching anybody from, like, I was very late into the game watching people like Tommy in it and all that. I think I only really watched a bit of Technoblade sometime before he died of cancer. Because I had seen a bit of the Dream SMP near the end of its run. Because my sister was into it at the time. Honestly, I was not entirely sold on the whole idea of the Dream SMP, but yeah, there's some other stuff I've watched that are similar to it. Hey, hello Crimson, how you doing? I'm not saying you should. I'm not saying you should not dislike the Cartoon Network program. Ale. It is again acquired taste, but I understand if you want to move on from the conversation. Just give me a minute, everyone. I'm almost done eating. There we go. Right. I'm not quite finished eating yet, but we are nearly free. We're about 2.5 hours into this stream, and I think we want to get some trains running soon, so... I need to look back. Okay, we need some... big in trees. Damn it. Oh, pardon me. Oops. I did not mean to do that. I mean to do that either. That's the wrong color. Have I been painting this the wrong color this entire time? Hang on, let me fix this. Nope. Nope. There we go. Right. There we go. Big tree. Big trees, big trees. Big yins. There we go. Nice big trees. Yeah, this is really coming along nicely, actually. I think with this little bit here, there's a terrain tool, I think. I'm gonna see if I can try... Terrain. Oh, no, there's no mods found for terrain. Terrain. I'm gonna try and, like, fiddle about with some stuff here. See if I can try and make some terrain like that. Yeah, okay. Make it a nice color. Drop the color there. See if we can get more. Place something like this on the top. Nope. Well, we can definitely do something like that. That's going over the top. I'm not going to do that. Good. Hope you don't mind. But have you ever watched Transformers before? I've never watched. Alright. I'm gonna say this now. I used to know someone who was higher on the spectrum than me that absolutely adored Transformers. They loved it. I think it was like one of the main things they really could talk about with me. Problem is, I never was a fan of the show, and I think I was never really a fan of the franchise, and I think they knew that. But I'm not like that type of person who would just tell someone to stop talking about something if I was like, unless it was something like serious that I didn't want to talk about. I was never really that type of kid to tell somebody off for talking about something like that. So he went on about it, and honestly, I am actually kind of intrigued with the franchise. I do know a few more people nowadays that like it, and they've spoken to me with it before, and I've just tuned in to listen on what's all like the hubbub about it. So I've never really quite understood. I've never really quite understood it all, but honestly, I think it's okay of a franchise. It's just not the sort of thing it's just, I don't think it's like the sort of thing I would be into, if you know what I mean. Like, I understand fully how Transformers has gotten the fan base it has. It's honestly incredible. It's kind of like the Thomas franchise. You can understand how so many people got into it. I think that's just partly just because of people being on the spectrum, but I find it fascinating, the franchise, but the movies and the films I'm not really into. I mean, I'm impressed by the CGI with the live action films and all that, and seeing some of the clips from the animated programs that were around during the 80s and 90s is kinda funny. But it's not for me. But if it's for you, feel free to talk about it if you want. I am willing to listen. Like I said before, I may not be the most into the franchise, but I love to hear people talk about their passions. I encourage people to talk about their passions. Just as long as, right, just so as long as it's like, your passion is morally okay, which Transformers is a good franchise. I would never say that it isn't. It deserves the fan base it has gained. Most definitely. But it is not. It really isn't. It really isn't for me, unfortunately. I never got into it, and I don't think I ever will. But that doesn't mean it's not nice to hear. That doesn't mean That doesn't mean it's not like a pleasure for me to hear people talk about their show, like their franchise, because I would do this. I do the same thing with Thomas, because I mentioned about my love for trains and Thomas the Tank Engine quite a lot in the charity shop, and everyone more or less just lets me just talk to the point where I'm known in my work as the train guy. There's literally a post on the internet somewhere from the the charity shop social media where it was mentioning about a bunch of the members of the like crew, and one of them was mentioning about me and my passion for trains, and it was like, don't get him started talking about trains. Because because it would just be like the case of, oh, if you make him start, he won't stop. And it's true. Like, I literally will refuse to stop talking about Thomas for the umpteenth time until I've finished explaining about what was the matter with Henry for the 20th time. Like, honestly, I don't think I can even explain how many times I've talked about Henry. I mean, that probably just further proves the fact that he's my favorite character, thinking about it. But yeah, it's pretty impossible for me to, stop talking about Thomas in work, and I heavily encourage people to talk about their passions in these chats, like in the stream chats, in the chats on Discord. Basically, if you chat with me, I will listen to your passion. Granted, there's probably a very high chance I'll end up phasing out and forgetting everything you're telling me within like 20 minutes, but that's just my brain memory being absolutely pants. Oh, shit. done it again. There we go, fixed it. There we go. I should put these over here. There we go. This is actually coming along very nicely. I should probably say, if by chance you are interested in getting this game for yourself, I do highly recommend it. It is currently on sale. So if you want a game at a good price on Steam that's about model trains, this is honestly worth the grab. Roses there. I'm not really good with, like, tiny details, so that sort of stuff is not to be expected from me. That. There we go. This is looking very This is looking very nice. I think we're doing well for ourselves. I think actually, when this is finished, I might actually, if I can figure it out, put this on the workshop, the Steam Workshop, for you guys to download and play for yourselves. I generally think that would be a nice idea for you all. What do you think? That sound like a good idea? You've fallen down to the ground. Have I? No, don't see them. I think it was just the paint that only fell. Ninjago. Wild is actually a fan of Ninjago. Funnily enough. Wild loves Ninjago. And I've heard him talk about it. From time to time. It's fascinating how much he knows about it. But I just it's not, again, it's not my cup of tea. But I just love hearing about it. Like, there's a lot of things I don't quite understand with some people's, with some of the franchises out there. But the more people tell me, the more I'm just like, might give that a shot. Just, again, Ninjago wouldn't be, Ninjago isn't for me. It's not my cup of tea. It's like, it's like saying, I did watch a bit of, what's it called? I forgot. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's what I was thinking about. Um, I watched a bit of that franchise. I was never a fan of it, but I honestly thought that franchise was okay. Um, and it's kind of a similar thing when it comes to Ninjago. I'm not a big fan of it, but I can understand why people like it. Okay, right, hang on. I think I just figured out how to make our goods station. Oops. No, it's not what I wanted. Oops. No. Right, can we grab another... Grab a different block, actually? Have a different shape? Different shape. How about we take one of those? Also, gonna have to take one of those. Oh. They work. Okay, looks like we're just gonna have to take this one. Right, okay. Ooh, hold left shift, change height. Now we're going to... There we go, that's looking lovely. Also do not know why I got that. Let's do that, a little, like, bonus feature. Canopy, 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 canopy. Canopy. Oh. Cano. Cano. Nope. Okay, if we could find... like a canopy sort of thing to use. Let's see if we can use... Can we use this? Oh, what have I done? Oops. Right. No. Where'd that go? Guys, where's that canopy gone? I've completely lost it. Well, I mean the clipping sound, so I'm assuming it... Oh! Like that, I'm tearing up the whole bloody set just for it to be there. go, fix that. Right. Drop that again. Yeah, that's not gonna work. To put like nope. Going to put a little bin. Little like bin about here maybe? Oh, just felt like that'd be a little bit of extra detail. We'll add extra detail when we're on it. Add additional detail when we're on it. Nope. 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 No, that's not gonna have anything. Terrain? No. Terrain? Why would terrain have anything, Aiden? Why would terrain? I mean, actually, it could. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Okay, paint. It makes it a... I really don't think a colorblind person should be dealing with paint, but... Hey, oh, what do I know? That looks lovely! Look at that! Hang on, let's go down now. That's lovely! Look at that! Oh. Okay, well, that's an issue. I didn't think those would be a problem. Oh, I can't go into this shed? What? What? Okay, that's a bit weird. Why... Why are you... Anyone know why it's doing that? Approaching the 3-hour mark. Well, we're past the 3-hour mark now, but I'm still going. I'm gonna finish this thing. I don't care. I don't care how long this stream's gonna be. My brain is telling me that's the wrong color of... There we go, that's a bit better. Right, quickly save game. Oh wait, hang on. Paint. Save that again. Oh, enjoy Funny Train Day becoming your longest stream ever. Oh, no, it won't be the longest stream. The longest stream we ever had was like over 5, was about like 5 hours. And that was Delta Room Chapter 5. Delta Room Chapter 4, sorry, not Chapter 5. Right, still confused as to why I can go into those buildings. You know? Well, at least I could stand on the platform. Can't go in that building, obviously. At least I could stand on the platform. Okay, there are strange collisions with some of these assets. I don't know why. How do you... I have no idea how you fill that thing up with stuff. I didn't quite go through that bit of the tutorial, because I didn't think that would be needed. Right, anyway, I think we're probably done. Yep, I think we're done. Now all we need to do is just get some trains on. Not those trains. No, silly me. My modded stuff. Yes. So we'll go to groups and we'll some wagons. Right after I save button. Yep. Okay, we're gonna put some coaches in random spots. Not so random. Put these ones in here. Yep. And then... You'll have to mark one somewhere. There we are. Go for some... Okay, the tiny bit of a lag spike when it comes to that. Sadly I don't have a Donald and Douglas. I haven't got Donald and Douglas on me. What am I doing? Ah. There we go. Those up. Okay. Right, now... Actually... make a small goods train in the other siding, actually. So grab one of you. You. Go back. Tango. One of these for the funny. Nope. And one of these. Of course, we can't do this without a brake van, so we'll grab a tow brake van. Right, so put the tow brake van down first. And the 7 plank. No, actually. Put the tanker there. Put the CCT van there. Tanker there. And then the 7 plank. Put a couple more of these on there. There we go. Right. And go the 3 big engines. I might actually mix it up a little bit. Because I do have a... Yes, Audrey logo's back. So I will get Gordon. I'll play him here. In the shed. And then... I do have A12s on here. Oh. Didn't realize that. We're gonna put this Thomas on here, because this is honestly one of the best models I've ever seen. We'll have him have a cheery face. And we'll put him onto the small goods train over here. Actually, let's put him in here first. To... Nope, not options. Need to load. And grab his face, slap it on there. And then... Shift 1. Oh no, wait, I need to be in thing to be... Shift 1. Control 1. Oh yeah, I need to left click. There we go. And then... One more engine. Who should... Okay, so I've put down Thomas, Gordon. Who else? Who should I put down as the 3rd engine? Who should I put down as the 3rd engine? I'm gonna let you guys decide who the 3rd engine should be. Because looking at what I've got Series 1 cast, TV series, so engines 1 to 7. I have an A12, I have a bunch of Andrew Barclays and some 2MTs, standard 2MTs, not IVIP ones. Some Black 5s, Terriers, Y14, the remainder of these guys. Ignore those are pointless models. 812. Freelance 1850s engines. A G5, K-Class, D5, Austerity, H2, E2, E1. And a bunch of Great Western and Caledonian Railway locomotives. Edward? Go with Edward? We're gonna go with Edward. I'll grab the TV series one then. We all good for Edward, or You get some of the NWR engines that was made by that one person. The faceless one versions in the rolling stock. Yeah, I do have those, actually. I have these ones right here. From Unhelpful Git. I just realized Thomas needs to be facing the other way. So I will make him face the other way. And I've just realized I needed the same bloody thing with Gordon as well. I dropped Gordon. Where'd Gordon go? There's Gordon. Think Edward? Okay, we'll go with Edward then. Just give me a minute, I'm gonna fix Gordon here. Go, and then E on Edward. There we go. Right. Now, all there's left to do is just to get these engines running. Right. Press tab, and now we're in the game with them. Yeah, that's a bit annoying. Right, so want to get Gordon to that siding. While he's moving, we'll get Edward moving as well. Right, so I haven't used True Scale Track, which is probably what I should have used. I might change that in future. Oh wait, Thomas was facing the right way the entire time. And he's on the floor. And I've removed the table. Right, we're gonna go and get Thomas coupled up to his trucks. Up. Okay. I mean, to be fair, yeah, that was fair enough, Thomas, too. It was in the way. Right, let's go and prepare the switch for him. It's those ones. There we go. Ooh, good timing, that one. Oh, right, he's coupled up to his coaches. And now Edwards sets him off as well. I'll send Gordon off. There we go. And stop Gordon in the platform. Yes. Kind of. Maybe just to avoid problems, I'm just gonna make his train 2 carriage. Kinda like Gordon's special coaches, this. Right, we're gonna get Edward onto the other line. And I'm gonna swap Thomas and his brake van round. Uh-oh. Just get over that side, Edward. I just love how I could just push him like that. Just like, meow. I think if I do shift 1, yep, I can get these loads. Preferably, they'll probably be those. Right, now we back Thomas up. And away he goes. Okay, this would be ideally how things would run, actually. I had Gordon the right way around. Block editing the set so you don't keep removing everything. I don't remember how. I don't know how to do that. I'll see if I can figure that out. What would that be? That doesn't look very good. Oh yeah, we can set custom. I could probably... Wait, if I can set custom, then that means... Oh, never mind. I thought I could do that. I could do, like, custom images. Right. Sunset. Let's do... about... There we are. Now we can watch from down here. While Edward's on the move as well, I'm gonna fix Gordon here. Because, again, he is facing the wrong direction. That's not what I wanted to do! I wanted to reverse you. And then... Nope. There we go. That means I can swap them out at any point. Makes me think. I probably can right now. I'm clever enough. Right, platform's a bit far away, but given that this is based off a Hornby layout, that kind of works. Now that is lovely. This is lovely. I actually really like this. For a first time, this is actually really good. So editing. Snap to angle. Snap track. Snap to grid. Randomize trees, yeah. Don't see anything here. Don't see anything here that mentions about freezing it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is... For God's sake. Okay, seriously, can I figure out how to stop that? Could someone look up how to, how to stop... How to... lock editing in folding line. You need to apply changes after making your edits. Where is apply changes? That's not helpful. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, wait, I already had one. There we go. Right, let's quickly stop Gordon here. Even try and get a nice smooth stopping. Nope, that's not it. Is it I? Yes. That didn't work. I need to change the points back. No, 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 no. Everyone's coming, everyone's coming. Ah! Ah! Ooh. Oof.
Very nice indeed, Jack. You've arrived at the abode of Mr. J. Jarvis, Esquire. Wetlam.
Hey? Oh, yeah.
Bluebird Productions 2026. Thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Always try and get those out as quickly as I can. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is officially the first ever layout I have constructed in Rolling Line. This has been a great experience. If you guys would like to see me try and do this again, let me know. Because honestly, I am having a blast with this game. I can't get enough of it. If you guys, I do want to do more streams of this. Mostly so that way it can give me more of an excuse to just stream on both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So if you want to see more streams like this, please do be sure to give a follow or subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Usually when I'm on Twitch, I usually say check out the main YouTube channel and all that, but I can't usually say that because, well, if you are on Twitch, check out the YouTube channel, and if you on YouTube, be sure to check out the Twitch where a lot more of these live streams happen. Also be sure to check out the Instagram as well, and the official Discord server where you can vote for which video will come to the channel next. there is a video currently out for members only, which will be releasing on Friday, and I may possibly get the musical hour video uploaded by Jenna at some point during the next week when I'm away. But with that, thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you've all enjoyed. I may upload this to the the Steam Workshop page for you guys to download for yourselves. I'll see what happens. We'll see what happens if I can figure out how to make that work. But without further ado, thank you all so much for tuning in. Hope you've all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one, which will be tomorrow, as we will be playing Peak tomorrow for the first time. So do be sure to tune in for that. Goodbye, lads and lasses!